Yo, what's up guys, it's your boy Yoru. Welcome to this first episode of Dissecting the Legends, where we're gonna take a look at how the pros, I mean the dudes, the guys making money over this thing, you know, posting on YouTube, getting hundreds and thousands of views for playing the game. Those are the pros. We're gonna look at how do they beat these bosses legitimately. So no summons, no magic, no cheesing. Let's look at this boss right here. Godskin Duo, widely regarded as one of the hardest fights in the game. You go to a ranking list, it's probably in everybody's top 5 at least. So of course, like any other fanboy of the game, I patiently waited for people like ONGBAL to drop his level 1 wretch no hit run, and boy, it was a run. Now before we get into this, the first thing we have to understand though, while ONGBAL is up here, you know, somewhere up in the heavenly realm, we average players that are trying to imitate him, we are somewhere down here, a little bit further. A tiny bit, yes, there, somewhere down in the earth's crust right here. That's where we are. So we're not going for a no-hit run, but as I said, we're still gonna do this the hard way. We're gonna try to beat them legitimately. So let's start dissecting. Firstly, he uses a very focused playstyle for this fight, and I think it's absolutely a great choice because the boss he's gonna focus on is actually a spoiler for one of the tips. If you parry him once, you can immediately get a riposte. Some bosses in this game, like Millennia, you have to parry them twice, 3 times in a row before you can actually get the crit. With Fetty, all you have is one parry and he's on his knees. With the long neck in this fight, if you want to parry him, it requires multiple parries before you can get the kill. So my first tip for you is when you watch this exchange, watch how he completely skips the long neck. He doesn't attack him. And the reason for this is actually pretty simple. If you don't attack long neck boy, what he does for the rest of the fight is exactly nothing. He doesn't do anything except maybe throwing a few fireballs here and there. But as long as you don't hit them, they will never start running after you. They won't chase you. And for the long neck, it goes even beyond that. If you don't hit him for the rest of the fight, he becomes extremely passive. Just watch this. See how close you're standing to him and all he does is just walk around you in a kind of a circle, not hitting you. So this fight essentially goes from a 1v2 to a 1v1. All you gotta make sure is that you do not get hit with any of the fireballs. And yes, that moment really hurt me when that happened to me. I was crying in the bed. I stopped playing the game for about a day, but that doesn't matter. Now here's where it gets really interesting. This is the actual meat of the strategy that ONGBAL created. This part right here, I would go as far as to say is completely genius. Watch this. Now watch this next part. Maybe you'll start noticing a pattern. Saw that? What he does is, and this is off the charts, if you run backward and run back into the boss, he will do this exact same thrust attack 9,999 times out of 10,000 times. And this thrust attack is the easiest parry of your life. All you have to do is run up to him, and as soon as the animation starts, you hit parry. And that's the entire thing. Once you have this down, all you have to do is avoid the Fetty's roll. That's it. However, as you remember, as I said, ONGBAL is up in heaven. We were down in the mud. We can avoid this roll consistently. So think of using a single Estus flask for every roll that the Fatty does, and then you calculate that, okay, you need about 3 parries depending on your damage in his second phase to kill him. So you would need about 3 Estus flasks for every death that the Fatty has. If you get him in 3 deaths, you need about 9 flasks. If you come in with the mentality of, okay, every time the Fatty rolls, I can heal, and then for the rest of the fight, you just run back and run forward and parry that one move, it becomes easy. You could even go as far as to say that the average player could probably no-hit this fight. Now, I got one more thing that you should be wary of when you try this. Sometimes, and I don't know what this is, I think it's a bug in the game, but I'm not sure. Sometimes when you parry, you cannot actually get the riposte off and you'll do a normal R1 swing instead. If that happens, I'd recommend just immediately rolling for if the long neck boy throws a fire. But yeah, that's it for this first episode of Dissecting the Legends. If you want me to dissect any other gameplays from any other popular Souls pros, leave it in the comments and I'll start my research. Like if you enjoyed, thank you for watching.